Hey gang, welcome or welcome back. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If we've never met before, my name is Amy and today we are going to have a little look at my 2023 wish list and I'm excited. Like in the past I've just had kind of a wish list of plants like I'd like to obtain but maybe probably never will. Whereas I feel like this one I've actually put things on there that I could get. There are definitely still things that I will probably never ever own because they are well out of my price range. So unless those prices come down, you never know. So I've got my phone with my list on. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 20 plants. I've got 20 plants and one of them is just like the name of a group of plants that I just want to add in. I don't think there was that many on there. So I've got 20 plants and I'm gonna screen record as I flick through and show you some photos through Instagram, and let's just get into it. Before we do, the weather like literally 10 minutes ago was beautiful. Blue sky, sunny, and now it is like, I mean there's so much rain and so much wind. So I feel like you're gonna be able to hear some of that, and I'm sorry about that. When I was setting up, it was beautiful, but it's not anymore. But let's just have a look at some beautiful plants instead. So first on my list, I'm just literally gonna go, I've kind of sporadically added to my list and I've put them into like genres, genii, groups of plants. So the first little group is Monstera, which I'm a little bit surprised about myself. Oh, the sun's coming back out. I mean, the sky's still very grey, so I feel like that will go away at some point. I hope it does. I'm sorry. So first is Monstera escalito. I'm not completely sure on the pronunciation, but speechless, clearly. I love how big these get, like massive leaves, like just massive leaves, massive holes. I love the way they look when they're like climbing up a pole and their leaves start like small and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and I'd love to try and do that. Like I'd love to grow a Monstera escalito that big. The photo that I'm looking at is, I mean, it's got a small moss pole, but the leaf size is already sizing up. It's just stunning. It's so beautiful. Let's have a little look at the hashtag. Like, look at that growth. Oh, that's huge. I mean, I don't have space for that size plant, but wow. Just wow. Like, yeah, if I get a chance to own one of these, I will. And I have seen cuttings around. I have. They're still just a little bit too pricey. I mean, I guess I need to do a little bit more research. Like, oh, doesn't that look good? I think I need to do a little bit more research. Like, I've seen single leaf nodes for like 80 to 100 quid, and they're not rooted, or like they're not rooted or shooted, and I just feel like I don't want to take a risk. Like that's quite a bit of money to risk on a node that might not do anything or rot. So maybe I just need to, like, if their rot rate is really low and they're guaranteed to root and they're guaranteed to shoot, like they're a pretty easy plant, then maybe I think I'd rather have one that was already pretty set, and I can only imagine the price of those right now. So maybe I'll get to do like a trade or something with somebody for one of these. But that's the first one on the list. So the next one on the list is Monstera Burley Marks Flame. And I feel like this one's going to be out of my budget for a really long time. But I have included it on there. I mean, the photo that I'm looking at that I'll be showing you right now it's giving like if Tim Burton were a plant vibes. Can you see what I mean? Like they look like claws. Obviously this is a really mature specimen, but even the non-mature ones that are like teeny weeny oh, that's not the hashtag I wanted. That are teeny weeny little leaves. They're adorable. They're really cute. Let's see if we can find, oh, like this one. I mean, KTM plants always has incredible plants, but that one's, I mean, that one's sizing up. I've seen less mature ones, but like, look how, I really, really, really appreciate that leaf shape. It's just so unusual. And I can kind of see where, I mean, I'm assuming the flame part is to do with the shape of the leaf, because I can see that. Look how tiny that one is. So cute. Yeah. I find it so annoying when people put plants under a hashtag that isn't that plant. Like, this is not, I mean, it's beautiful, but that's not Burley Marks flame. Look at it unfurling. That is so cool. Yeah, big fan. Would like to own. Unless the prices drop dramatically, probably will never own. But maybe I can trade. Maybe. I don't know what I've got that's of equal value. But I suppose sometimes it's not always monetary. I suppose it's not always like cash value. Like, if somebody else wants something that I have that they've not been able to get, like, yeah, maybe. Who knows? So next on my list, we're moving into philodendron, and I've kind of surprised myself. I've got quite a few philodendron on this list, and they've really not been on my radar for the last couple of years. So maybe 2023 is the year of the philodendron. The first one is the Philodendron Majestic. I'm gonna butcher all of all of these names. Okay, Philodendron Majestic. I mean, so the photo I'm looking at, which I'll be showing you now, is Charmaine's photo from Unplanned Parenthood, and it was seeing this plant on her channel. I was like, I need that. It's like the Veitchii, the Antherium Veitchii of philodendron. That texture looks insane, and this one's so shiny, and look at this one. Oh, you know, I don't know what that plant is behind it, but that looks pretty cool. Little funky shaped leaf. Anyway, this is a new leaf, so it comes out this kind of bronzy, caramelly colour, and then obviously hardens off. But let's find the hashtag and have a little look. Oh, I mean, Charmaine's photos always pop, don't they? Like that, that's just popping. But just look. It's, oh look, I'm not the only one that thinks it. It's next to an Antherium Veitchii. Oh, yeah, I want this plant. I do. I want this plant. I feel like there are lots of photos that aren't it on here. But it's stunning. I do want that one. So next on the philodendron list is a Philodendron Patricia. I think that's the pronunciation. And I think it's because maybe I can't think of, like, I'm just, ugh. Maybe there's something about a philodendron that reminds me of an Antherium, because we probably all know that Antherium are, like, I'm a big fan. So the Majestic reminds me of a Veitchii, and then this one, Philodendron Patricia, reminds me of like a good strappy leaf Antherium. And it's just beautiful, and the kind of ruffles, like the abs that it gets, I mean, that's so cool. Let's find, where, oh, let's have a look on the hashtag. Oh, I mean, look at the size of it. 2.5 years to grow it from a baby cutting. Like, I mean, this guy's account is full of phenomenal plants. If you've not checked it out, I definitely recommend. Like, he's an incredible grower. absolutely incredible. But look at that texture, that kind of ruffled, I don't know what this was, but that ruffled ab kind of look. Just stunning. So cool, such a cool plant. And again, it's kind of one of those, like, it's one of those plants that grows up a pole but dangles low, and I like the look of that. I've been thinking about putting my Antherium pallidiflorum on a pole for this kind of vibe, like the pole but the hanging low leaf. Like, oh, stunning. So the next one on the list is biliate, Philodendron biliate, and of course I'd love to have the variegated one, but we're starting with the fully green one to begin with. And when I first, so like, I feel like it was 2020, it was definitely in lockdown, so it must have been in 2020 when these started popping up all over Instagram and they were like in the hundreds. I was like, I don't get it, I don't see the appeal. I'm not, like, thank God I don't want to spend hundreds on that plant. And now I get it. Now I get it. I mean, I still wouldn't spend hundreds on a plant, but now I get it. I really appreciate the leaf shape. I really appreciate the color of the green of the leaves and those orange petioles and stems. Wow. Like, wow. And like, look at the size of this one. Like, that is huge. I am really intrigued. Yeah, I definitely want to get one of these this year. The only thing that worries me is the way they grow. Like, I'm watching a video now of it spinning round, which is beautiful. It looks great from all angles, but I'm not somebody that like displays their plants on all angles. Like, I like my leaves to all face the front. I don't really want them to be facing the back. And I feel like it always looks like it's growing in all different directions, but hopefully we can figure it out. I mean, if the light's coming from one side, you'd think it would just hang out on one side, wouldn't you? But stunning. And I mean, the variegated ones are just wow. So next on the list is a Philodendron Micans, and what's like the full name, like Philodendron Hederaceum var Micans. That's not the name, is it? I don't know what it is. Philodendron Micans, and it's the variegated version. And the one I'm looking at that I'm showing you is stunning. There are some versions of the variegated Micans and I'm a bit like, I don't think that looks that great. But this one's pretty. And I would, like, I love my Philodendron Micans. Like, if you're not new here, you'll know I've shown it quite a few times. I love my Micans. And if I could have a variegated version of that, I would like a variegated version of that. It is stunning. Let's have a little look at the hashtag, because I'm sure we'll find some that are slightly less stunning in my opinion. Okay, so like this, like that mostly pinky red leaf, that must be like fully variegated, but it kind of looks like it's dying off. Like, that is exactly what a dying off Micans leaf looks like. It goes red. So some of them have like more pinky red variegation, and some of them have like more yellowy, limey, creamy variegation. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's under pink lights. Like, that's quite pretty. That's quite pretty. I like that. Can you imagine like a big full one of those? Let's see if I can find one where I'm really not sure about it. I'm not sure about the colouring there. I think it's the kind of peachy, orangey colour that I'm not a fan of. I think I prefer either like a creamy one or like a limey one. And I don't know if it's kind of genetics that does it or if it's a light thing. Some of these are not, like that's not on Mycons. Like, yeah, I don't know. If you have one or if you know anybody that has one that knows whether it is a lighting thing that kind of changes the colour of the variegation, or if it is kind of genetic specific, I'd love to know. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get one, but I'm intrigued. Not intrigued enough to spend a whole lot of money on it, but I am intrigued and I would like to give it a go. So the next philodendron is a Philodendron glorious, and I feel like I said it in a recent video, like I'm looking at my gloriosum right now and I'm over it. I'm really over it. I'm really not treating it very well. I'm not looking after it the best I could, and it's showing that, and I definitely need to get rid of it in some way, and I don't know whether somebody would want it or what, I don't know. But I'm not a fan, so I love the leaf shape and I love it when they're like kind of almost quite round in their heart-shaped leaves. I hate crawlers. I was never, like, I knew I wasn't a fan, but I really loved, like, that is an old, it's an old one from a shop, like my plant shop that I used to have that I don't have anymore. And I fell in love with it. Like I grew it from, it was literally a stump that had rotted and I'd grown it off of that stump, and there was some real attachment there, like sentimental attachment, and now it's bigger and it's crawling and I'm not a fan. So that's where wanting a glorious has come from, because the Philodendron glorious is a gloriosum crossed with a melanochrysum, I think, and so it has the climbing habit of a melanochrysum and it's beautiful. I like how dark the leaves get, so I think it's probably got that darkness from the melanochrysum as well, but it's got some real popping white veining. popping white veining, and I think it's really, really pretty. And obviously as it climbs it gets massive, and yeah, I'm a big fan. Is that Sydney plant guy? Oh no, it's not. That's impressive. I know the Sydney plant guy account, this guy here, poof, his are insane. Like, that's incredible. And there's that guy again. Ooh, like, look, I mean, that is, it's a nice philodendron. If I could get my hands on one of those, I don't actually know how readily available they are. Like, look at the size. I mean, that is phenomenal. Wow. Again, I don't know who I think I am. I've got no space for these big plants, but yeah, I'd quite like one of those. Next is a Philodendron Majestic, and of course I've saved Michaela's from Please Send Nodes. It was a combination of seeing this exact photo, when was it? Oh, May 2022. A combination of seeing this exact photo and seeing Unplant Parenthoods on her YouTube channel. I was like, I think I need that plant, and it's kind of, but like I said, there's been like a resistance, well, not a resistance philodendron, they've just not been on my radar. Like, I've just been like, yeah, they're all right, like not really interested, but it's creeping up now. I want some philodendrons again. Like, I'd like some climbing plants to really size up, and this one's beautiful. So the Philodendron Majestic is another hybrid. It's a hybrid of, I think it's the Soderoy and a Varicosum. Yes it is. It's a Soderoy and a Varicosum, and yeah, oh, look at that. Like, that's nice, right? Like, it's got the kind of silver on the front and then the red from the Varicosum on the back. Oh, and it looks like as it gets bigger, it kind of gets a bit more of a ruffle to it. Yeah. I definitely want one of these. I want to size it up. Oh, not loading. Philodendron Majestic. So that was the last of the philodendron. We're now moving on to Antherium because of course there was going to be Antherium on this list. So the first one on the list is Antherium Luxurians Velvet Hybrid, which is not it's not the name of a plant, but basically what I'm saying in that is I want any hybrid of an Antherium Luxurians with a velvet leaf. So there's like crystallinum, I think I've seen regal, I've seen magnificum. Like I want a velvet Luxurians. And this is another plant similar to like the biliate. When I first saw the Luxurians, I was like, why? That is ugly. Like that was my first thought. Like I was like, that's ugly. That is a weird texture. It gives me the creeps. And now I'm like, give me the bumpy leaf, but I want it to be velvet, please. So the picture that I'm looking at is not going to be the hybrid that I do get. It is a Luxurians crossed with a red crystallinum. I don't know if that plant will ever be in my budget, and therefore I don't think this version of it will ever be in my budget. But it's pretty. Look how dark that is. Like, look at that. I mean, there's something about the velvet sheen that makes the bumpiness okay. Let's see if I can find some more. Oh god, that one's still. If you watched my current wishlist video back in October, maybe, that was on there, and I mean that's still a stunning plant. Okay, what is this? So an Antherium magnificum crossed with Luxurians. Like, look at that. I mean, that is incredible. It is. There's something about the kind of, like, yeah, this is nice, but there's something about the extra shininess of the leaf that I don't like. Like, I guess it's better there. I don't know, maybe it's the, like, that one's obviously more mature than this one. I think basically what I'm trying to say is I'm a bit fussy. Basically. But I have seen, oh, see, this is quite a nice comparison photo actually. I just really prefer that kind of velvet matte look to the leaf than the shiny look. Do you agree, or do you prefer the shiny look? Let me know in the comments. So next on the Antherium list is Antherium King of Spades, or Antherium Hue. This plant is just, look how round, like absolutely stunning. Again, Charmaine from Unplanted Parenthood has a lot of plants that I want. Look how stunning. So beautiful. I think these are becoming more readily available. We actually used to have them in the shop, but we had two. They definitely got bought. Look, like the new leaves do come out, they're really red, they're adorable. So yeah, that one's on the list. Hopefully I'll be able to get it again. Like, I've already cared for one, like I know I can look after it. Just need to own one. This is cute. King of Spades and red crystallinum. Let's not add any more to the list. Next on my list is an Antherium Coragartum, which I was like going through and saving these plants just so it's easier for me to find them all. And I was like, why do I like this? Why is this on the list? Like, I don't know if I don't know. I mean, that is something, isn't it? Like, I don't know how I feel about the Antherium Luxurians being bumpy and shiny, but I like this guy. Like, I don't, do I like it? I don't know. Maybe I don't like it. There's some interesting texture on the back. It's scaly, isn't it? Okay. I mean, it's on my list. If I get the chance, I might buy it and see if I like it in person. I can't remember where I saw it and I was like putting that on the list, because it probably wasn't Instagram. It must have been a YouTube video of some kind, or maybe on a website, I don't know. Oh, this one's like, I mean, those two together look really nice. What is that? Oh, Ace of Spades. I mean, that looks quite cool. But yeah, I don't know if that one's going to stay on my list. Up next, I've got Antherium Night Queen, which is, according to my notes, a papillolamnum crossed with a Luxurians. So again, like a velvety Luxurians, but I think the Night Queen takes on more of a pappy shape. Like, I mean, just look at that photo. Wow. I mean, the photography here is amazing. And the editing. I mean, just, it's that bumpy velvety sheen that, I mean, again, I don't know how many of these photos and like tags are true, because people just whack in any tag, don't they? But that first photo, I want that very plant, please. Just that one. So an Antherium Night Queen is what that is called. She's pretty. The last Antherium on my list is the Antherium Veitchii, and this one has been on my list for a little while. Again, it was one plant that originally I was like, not interested, not a fan, and now I'm a fan. Yep, that is stunning. And I don't think I have a preference between like the Veitchii and the Veitchii narrow form. I think I just want a Veitchii to go with my queen. Oh, I mean, look, I mean, they're stunning, aren't they? Like, can you imagine having a plant that size? I mean, that would be the goal, wouldn't it? But I'd settle for a smaller one. Look at the size. I mean, that's phenomenal. I'd be happy with a small one. I mean, this is quite a nice size. Probably not the size I'd start with, but definitely a nice plant. I do really like that. Okay, that was the last of our Antherium, and now we're moving into miscellaneous. So the first one on my miscellaneous list is Diastoria species Borneo, and that looks like this. How cool is that? I mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. So it's the shape of the leaf. Oh, look. Ooh. Oh, it's the same person. That must be how they kind of mature. They change leaf shape slightly. That's really cool. Look how pointy that is. It is so pointy. It's got amazing ears. That is gorgeous. What is that? Why is that so dark? And is coming in darker with every new leaf. It's such a fast grower. Oh, interesting. They change colour. Oh, wow. Oh, that's interesting that they go from like, they go silvery and they almost look like black as it gets mature. That's really interesting. I like that. That makes it even better. I love a black plant. Wow. Yeah, big fan. And that's not the only Diastoria on this list. The next one is the Diastoria discolor. And I mean, just look at it. That is stunning. That is a good heart-shaped leaf. It looks velvety. I think they're really thin. I mean, that's just, it's so pretty. Is that the same plant? Don't know. I mean, the purple backs, the heart-shaped leaf, the kind of pattern on them, oh, it's so beautiful. And they get really big. They get really big leaves. Like I did have, there was somebody selling one of these, like some leaf cuttings on a Facebook group, and I asked to get some, and we kind of went back and forth for a little bit, and they never like sent me their details to pay them for it. Look at the size of that. Yeah, they never sent me their details to pay for it, and I feel like, I don't know, I think there was a lot of interest, and I'm imagining they agreed that there was some available and there just wasn't, like they'd ran out or something. I don't know, but hopefully, apparently they're really fast growers, so hopefully there'll be another chance to buy one of these. Just look at the size. That's phenomenal. I want to touch it. It just looks so velvety. So next on my list is another one that Charmaine from Unplanned Parenthood has inspired being put on my wish list, and that is an, I'm probably not going to pronounce this correctly, an Elaphoglossum metallicum. Apparently it's in the fern family, but just look at it. What is that? I mean, come on. So it's got a blue sheen to it, and so Charmaine ordered one in a import video, and when she unpackaged it, like when I think of ferns, I think flimsy, delicate, whimsical plants, like floaty ones. This one's like, it was like cardboard, like the texture. She made it kind of like, she kind of flicked it with her hand, and it sounded like cardboard. Like, I want to know if I can care for this plant. That blue sheen is incredible. Let's check out the hashtag. Nope, not that hashtag. And I'm sure it's one of those plants that you have to like capture the light at the right angle and to get the real blue sheen, but even on Charmaine's video, it was really blue. Like you can see it there. Oh, it's so cool. So cool. Wow. Yeah, I want to see it in real life. I want to see it in real life, and I want to see if I can care for it, because I mean, that is stunning. And I quite like the way it grows too. I quite like the way it grows. So yeah, I'm intrigued. If I get the chance to own one of those, we'll definitely be taking that chance. So next in my miscellaneous list is the Synyngia Synyngia leucotricha. I don't know how to say half of these names. This has been on my wish list for a while. It's that really fluffy, what are they called, like cordex plant, like, oh, it looks like a puppy's ear, and I just wanna, oh, look at it. They just look so satisfying. This needs to be the year. This needs to be the year that I add a Synonyms Leucotricha to my collection, because that is stunning. I said it before, I'm not the biggest fan of the flowers. Like, they're interesting. I'm just not sure I'm the biggest fan. But the leaves I'm here for. So gonna have to figure out how to get one of those. So next on my list is an Allocator Frydeck, the variegated one, and this one's been on my list for a while, but they are definitely holding their value and the price is not coming down. But it's so pretty. I must admit, so I got the green Frydeck and I got it last year, and kind of throughout the summer and like the autumn, I was like, yeah, this fills me with confidence. I know how to look after this. I'm doing well, because I've never been the best at alocasia. So it filled me with confidence that I could put this one on my list and I'd be able to look after it. Having now done a winter with my Allocator Frydeck, I'm not completely convinced that I can look after it. Like, I know they do go dormant. I don't know if it's gonna come back. I want it to. I really hope it does. And if it does, I'll be like, yes, okay, I can get one of these. But it just looks like crap. It looks like crap right now, and I would be heartbroken if I got like a really beautiful specimen of a variegated one and every winter I lost the leaves. So their variegation's not stable, so I guess there's no guarantee that if it lost all the leaves and it had to like regrow, that it would grow variegated. So it's like tentatively on my list. I would love it. I would love to own it and be able to just look after it and for it to be a beautiful specimen at all times. I don't know if that's going to be the reality for me. But if the prices come down quite a bit, then I'll give it a go. And the final one on my list is a group of plants. And that's jewel orchids. So I don't know all their names. But I think they're beautiful and I want more in my collection. I just think they're so stunning. No, that's Begonias. So yeah, I just want to add some more to my collection. Like, I just think they are so interesting. And I am drawn towards the ones that have got the like more vibrant leaves and veining, and I really like the dark ones, but not so much this one. Like, no offense to anyone that's got that. I prefer the more veiny ones as opposed to the ones with like just the lines on them. There's that really dark one with the red. Yeah, I want that one. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. That's stunning. That is so stunning. Like, I'm just... So I didn't put the names of individual ones because it's confusing for me. There's a lot of different types of jewel orchids, and I'm still very much at the beginning of learning about them all. So I didn't want to list all their different names. So that is it. That is my 2023 wish list. And I'm aware that this video is going up in March, and therefore I've kind of lost 3 months of 2023 already. But I feel like the plant buying, selling, trading season is literally upon us. Like, spring, summer, I feel like that's when everyone starts like chopping their plants for trades, and like houseplant shops and garden centres get like some really good specimens in, and I'm just I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling hopeful that I can add these plants to my collection. I think if my husband watches this, he's going to be like, there's no way you're adding 20 plants to your collection. But hey ho, I'm really hopeful that I can add at least some of these. I do plan on doing like an update video at the end of this year to check in and see which ones I've added, which ones are still on my list, which ones are being added to my list, because let's face it, a wish list is forever changing. I'm actually hoping to add some of these plants to my collection soon, so if you're interested in seeing what I get in an unboxing or a haul video, please do subscribe to my channel if you're not already, so that you don't miss it. And give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy watching wishlist videos. Did you add any to your wishlist from this video? Whenever I watch other people's wishlist videos, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a nice plant, I'm gonna add that to my list. It's a dangerous game. Dangerous game watching YouTube videos. But thank you so much for watching this one. I will see you in my next one. Bye!